You know what? I kind of miss the old days. Nowadays with gaming, there's controversies over sexism, depictions of rape and violence, so I have decided to go back to a game from the 90s, when things were simpler. And games are having controversies over sex, depictions of rape, and violence. Because graphics may change, but needless reactionaries don't. Designed by Roberta Williams, one of the most successful game designers the industry ever produced. How successful? Her and her husband founded a company that was for about $1.5 billion in 1996. And also, published the original Half-Life. Nothing major. Most people really should know about Roberta Williams. Her games sold extremely well. Especially back in the day when the PC games industry was just starting. Sierra was at the forefront as far as things like CD-ROM technology goes. Anyways, with that history lesson out of the way, let's get into our game. Phantasmagoria! Now, before I start, let me just say, Phantasmagoria. It's just a cool word. I wish I could find reasons to use in my everyday life. Phantasmagoria at the time was one of, if not the most expensive game ever made, at a whole $4.5 million, which compared to something like Destiny is nothing. But in 1995 terms, people were comparing this game to Waterworld in that the budget steadily got out of control. It was released a good year after its initial release date announcement, and some critics really hated it. Phantasmagoria is one of the few FMV games that actually works as a game. A not very complicated or long game, but actual work was put into it. At the time of its release, many complained about the puzzles being too simple and the game not being long enough, though I tend to look at it as a precursor to what Telltale would be doing in the future.
Are you sure I proposed to you?
Yes.
Of course I remember. Of course I do.
I forgive him.
Pretty much most games that were in the adventure genre would have puzzles that would make no sense, and you would need to complete them to advance the story. I also kind of believe that they existed as self-strategy guides, but that's a completely different rant. One really shiny spot for the game is the music. The main theme in particular is just awesome. I mean, just listen to it. Just take this music and put it to anything, and you can make it epic. In Phantasmagoria, you play as Adrian.
Adrian?
A writer who's moved into a huge freaking mansion with her husband Don. What the retailer failed to mention was the house has A, several locked and unexplored rooms, and B, it's fucking haunted. This game doesn't exactly scream originality. That's what Phantasmagoria feels like. A oddball B-movie.
Ow!
First, you need to explore the house, the Carnivage estate.
The old Caravash estate.
It's Carnavash.
For the most part, it's more cool than scary. It's not quite the Spencer estate, but if you had to live in a house evil, you could do far worse.
Goodness. This old drafty house has your imagination going, doesn't it?
Maybe it might be scary at a higher resolution, but this is 1995. The SNES was still releasing games back when this came out. The thing about it is, Adrian is, well, kind of dumb and boring.
Wait, I thought I turned my computer off.
I guess she's supposed to be a player cipher like Master Chief, but I don't know anyone's fantasy who is to be a bored writer and housewife. even Gabriel Knight, I could see someone wanting to be, and he has the exact same profession.
Shouldn't those be torches?
Gabriel Knight is very, very cool and impossibly handsome. And of course they came to me.
Her outfit doesn't help. It just kind of screams 90s. You go through the house, uncovering various items and writings from those who lived there before, which you'd think they'd have been indexed and cataloged, given that Karnov, the magician whose mansion you now own, died.
My dearest Gaston, I can't wait to see you, my angel. It's been far too long.
Wait a second, she's having an affair with Gaston?
You know, Belle, there's not a girl in town who wouldn't love to be in your shoes.
Let's take a few moments for ourselves during Zoltan's party next week. We'll meet in the gazebo.
A gazebo? A quiet garden indeed.
Away from all the revelry. Angel, how I yearn for your sweet kiss. Your strong arms holding me tight, protecting me.
Also, it might not be the best idea to have left a letter in your room devoted to the guy you're having an affair with, especially if you suspect your husband suspects you of things. Another thing that is definitely worth noting is the baby's room. There's a ghost in there you can see plainly. Now, I know this is a fantasy horror film style game, but you'd think this would be something that would cause a paranormal investigator to show up. I mean, it's right there.
God, what is this?
And, well, things like this is why I call Adrian dumb. After 30 minutes of exploring the house, you run across your husband, who gives you your first quest of the game.
You know, I can use some drain cleaner. Do I have any?
Your quest is for Drain Cleaner. Alright, we'll get the drain cleaner done. We'll go out into town and the shop is closed. Wait, there's the Rita.
Well, hello there, little lady. What can I do you for?
Yeah, are you Bob Tompkins?
This guy plays the realtor with all the silly and grace of a trained actor in the oofable school of acting. I just love how non-shit giving this guy is. Yeah, I got a cigar. I'm a man. Woo! I'm gonna hit on you even though I know you're married.
I want to see your tits, my dear.
Well, my husband works for several magazines.
None of which can be named for fear of being sued.
And you, little lady, you're a writer, huh?
Yes. I'm a novelist.
Oh, a novelist. So what have you noveled?
Have you heard of a book called Blue Moon Rising?
No, can't say I have.
I'm not surprised.
Okay, Blue Moon Rising. Okay, you know what? I'm actually gonna look that up on Amazon. Just a second. Ooh. And it's not there. I'm looking up a fictional book. That makes me so mature. You know, I know the scene is supposed to make out the guy's an idiot, but it kind of just makes it out that Adrian's not a very well-known author.
Well,
I mean, besides Stephen King and George R.R. Martin, and a couple other well-known authors, exactly how many writers can you name? And my more educated watchers will probably write angry comments in my comments section. Now, this is kind of a trap, this whole conversation. Now, you think you're done talking, but of course, this is the first major puzzle in the game. Talking to him again, so he'll actually show you the damn key. You know, I'm not saying he's a nice guy, but Adrian's kind of bitchy here.
Very large key.
And he's only got one key, because having more would make this game way too short. Once that's done, you go about, and of course, the dog. Hey, this guy's got a letter from Roberta Williams.
You know, people normally wouldn't think twice about visiting an area with a barking dog. But this is an adventure game, and if something's trying to keep you out, that's how you know it's somewhere important.
With the great key quest done, drain cleaner will wait. You return and open a locked door. Discovering library, which... Phantasmagoria!
This reporter attended Carno's Phantasmagoria show.
Phantasmagoria. I kind of like this, though one wonders why that pamphlet is still there. You know, I'm presuming the whole room's been locked up for years since Carno died, which would mean that no one has been here since. Now, I'm no expert on any of these things, but shouldn't that room be covered in dust if that's the case? Well, I guess it did get renovated since the key was with the realtor, but then I got to ask, if this house is so haunted, did the cleaning personnel get ghost visions? Like, when someone's folding that bed from earlier, did a hand just grab them? Maybe it was Mexican immigrant labor and they couldn't communicate that the place was haunted. If that's the case, wouldn't someone have seen the ghost baby? That room's not locked. I'm thinking about this way too much, aren't I?
God, what is this?
Let's go through Carno's stuff.
Dear Jeremiah, it has come to my attention that you have recently acquired a unique book while traveling through Egypt this most recent winter.
It is my understanding that this tome contains powerful information regarding ancient rituals of sorcery and magic. I relish the thought of reading it. As you know, I am sometimes frustrated by the fact that I cannot really control the world around me. That my so-called magic is merely nothing more than illusions.
Wait a second. Strange book? Isn't this the plot to Bible Black? Don't ask me how I know this. I also love how the ominous music plays as the letter is read. Another thing I wonder about. I mean, if you had a book of evil, would you really give it to someone that talks about how they want to control the world around them? Again, maybe this is the first draft. After all, the letter should be in the guy's possession who sold Carno the book and thus not here. And I'm still overthinking this.
Now, the way you generally advance in adventure games is through one very simple rule. Click on everything, and the more nonsensical, the more likely it will work. Combine every item you can, even if it doesn't make sense. And likely, you'll get something useful.
So, eventually, through pure dumb luck, you end up loosening a brick, and now the game's story can actually start. Okay, here's the scenario. You've found a loose brick and you want to get to the other side.
You have a hammer and poker on you. Your husband, who has greater upper body strength than you, is digging around with a drain. What do you do to open it?
Whatever you just said, it's wrong. The answer is, you get a letter opener that you didn't even know is a letter opener.
Oh, it's a letter opener.
And then it breaks 15 seconds after you start using it. So, now you're in a chapel, and you naturally click on the only thing that's there. You grab the book on top of it, and you open it.
Wow. This must be Carno's family tree.
You know, I think that's a bit big for a family tree, unless it's going back a few 100,000 years. Likely it's a Bible, given that you're a chapel. I know this is nitpicking, but Adrian is stupid enough that I believe she'd think that.
Ow!
What's in the box?
Not till you give me the
What's in
gun.
the fucking box?
Now the plot of this game can start. Because of your ignorance.
Your shows reward knowledge. We punish ignorance.
What?
Don, what happened?
Adrian, ouch, my head.
Are you okay, honey?
It's just a little cut. What happened?
Are you sure?
And this in no way implies that some evil spirit that you idiotically unleashed has now started to take hold of your husband's soul. I mean, this isn't the Overlook Hotel.
It's very funny. I don't know what happened. And then suddenly the damn lamp crashed down on top of my head. I just finished. I'm not really very hungry. Maybe some tuna or salad or something. Then let's call it a night.
That sounds good. I'm kind of tired. See you downstairs in about 10 minutes?
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Yeah, something I should probably add. This is just the first disc. Maybe an hour and a half worth of gameplay. Now, there's 7 discs to Phantasmagoria. Are they as long as the first? Nah, not really. And you know what? I have been tearing this game apart, but truthfully, I actually rather enjoy it. There's just something fun about how cheesy this whole place is. The spotty acting, the dated 3D graphics, it's just pure 90s cheese. We haven't even really gotten to the really fucked up parts of this game yet. Make no mistake, this game was pulled from Comp USA due to mature content, and I'm not talking about the low quality sex scene at the beginning. Phantasmagoria! Alright. I'm wasting all my energy.